Alright lads, so here we are for a different video today. I've decided I'd do a live comm around Singapore at night and also using this helmet cam sort of add-on to use in this video. I'll be doing a live comm if I haven't mentioned already, so I'll try and maybe just give you guys a different perspective of how I race and just give you a better feeling of what I do in terms of, what I do in terms of race, like how I think, how I react to the AI, strategies, all that kind of thing. So it should be fairly enjoyable. In this video, we'll be running with the standard, engineer setup. So everything down the middle, 6.6 wings, everything balance, suspension, alignment, camber, all that kind of thing is going to be exactly the same as the AI. So it's probably going to be a true testament to see how this McLaren stacks up against the field in 2014. First off, I want to say a massive thank you for getting me to 50,000 subscribers. That is just absolutely mental. I haven't had a chance to say anything about it yet on YouTube, so I thought I'd take the time to do it now. Also, I'll be doing some kind of 50k special video sometime soon. I'm thinking about doing maybe a best of Tiametmarduk video, like doing my highlights of, some of the best moments I've had over the last year or so. Some funny moments, some really good racing moments, and just some moments with other people I've made videos with. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that, but I'll get on to doing that very soon. I'm very busy with uni and everything at the moment. This is really the busiest time of year for me, so I've been really struggling to get out some videos for you guys out regularly. So fingers crossed, this should be okay. Apologies about that, just pausing for a second there. But now we're going to go away. Starting from last place, we'll try and gain as many places as we can off the start here, and away we go here in Singapore. Start's still fairly average for me. It's definitely a case of the AI having traction. That's why I can't really get those good starts, but we'll try and get through cleanly, going wheel to wheel there with the Marussia. Jumping onto this race, I haven't had any practice, so I'm just jumping onto the game cold. So the first lap or two will probably be my slowest, and then as the Grand Prix goes on, I'll gradually get quicker, I believe. So we almost avoid, we did avoid Bottas there, we didn't hit him, but yeah, that was fairly lucky in the end there. Also with the career modes, I've not been doing 100% races. That's mainly being because of the time constraints I've had. Just trying to get out regular videos for you guys as I run out wide there. I thought for season 1, probably best off if I just get out as many videos for you guys as possible, rather than focus on the 100% races. I think after November comes around, I think I'll go back to 100% races for most career mode races. But for now, I think I'm just going to stick to 50%, and then when the marquee races, or the dual and the crown style races like Singapore or Monaco, Spa, Abu Dhabi, Brazil, those kind of races, the special races, I think those races will be 100% races for the first season of career mode. So that's sort of the story there. In terms of this race though, settling into 14th place at the moment. Not too bad. I hope my wheel isn't too loud and my PC fans aren't blaring into your ears at the moment. I apologise if that's the case, but so far, trying to chase down Vern here. I think we do have decent pace. I've just got to get into the rhythm here in Singapore. A lot of the curbing places, like the curves and stuff, they've been reprofiled this year, so it's a little bit easier to run over these curves, so you can sort of attack them a little bit more and not spin off in some places, which is quite nice. That's one little subtle thing that Codemasters have done, and I don't think a lot of people have actually picked up on that. They've actually reprofiled a lot of curbs around most of the tracks on this game, including Monaco, first corner, that's been reprofiled. The middle sector chicane in Canada, that's also been changed up a bit, and also in Abu Dhabi, I believe some of the curbs have been smoothened out a little bit, so you don't get caught on those as much, which is also a nice little touch. But we'll go up the inside. It's a till here. No, we won't. Don't quite have the confidence yet to go up the inside, but I think it's only going to be a matter of time before we get past him and start working on some of the cars in the top 10. So first sort of impressions, my impressions of F1 2014 so far. Single player, very good. I really enjoyed the AI. Definitely a challenge this year. It's not exactly what Codemasters were intending for with the traction control. I guess that's sort of how it worked out with how the handling model is this year with the increased torque in the cars. A big problem though, once again, is online, and unfortunately it's even worse than what it was in 2013. I thought 2013 was bad for the online, but I think this year, unfortunately, it's just about unplayable. It's just the parity between the wheel and the controller is an absolute joke. Like, some controller users, if they're okay, let's say we've got the likes of Tiara Limitless and Matty G. They're about a few tenths faster than me a lap normally, but now they're about a second or maybe even 2 seconds a lap faster than me with the way that the pad works this year, which is a joke. Going around the outside, it's a till, and we get the move done into P11. So for whatever reason, the controller users have almost added assist. They've always had the steering assist where they always get the perfect turn and angle, and you know, that was fairly manageable to deal with if you're a wheel user and you just were fairly good with your wheel movements anyway. But this year they have added traction, and it's turned into a massive advantage for those guys at some tracks, and it's almost impossible to compete with those guys. Qualifying not so bad because we have extra grip and the traction is there, but when in the race the tires start to go off and the residual grip isn't there anymore, that's when the massive advantage starts to kick in. Over race distance, it makes a massive difference, and it's almost like the pad users are on a completely different level. So that definitely needs to be sorted out ASAP. Probably one of the most controversial things in the F1 game series, along with, say, the 11-11 spring glitch from F1 2011. Probably won't go into that yet. Apart from that, you know, I've been enjoying the game so far. I don't mind the graphics. It's pretty much same old, same old. I've always enjoyed the way that the cars look and all the textures and the shadows and everything that Codemasters offer in their games, especially on PC. I've really enjoyed it. So I've not really got any complaints on the graphics department. That's for PC though. PS3 is a completely different story altogether. For whatever reason, the game just isn't optimized on that system. The frame rate is pretty bad. The graphics obviously don't stack up against PC as we get caught up on a auto spin curve there just about. And just a few other things, like the way that the cars make contact with each other on the PS3, it's really weird. It's almost like a more simplified version of what we got on Xbox 360 and PC. Like, you'll touch the wall, just say we touch that wall on the left there with our front left tire, and then it'll just completely suck you into the wall and make you get stuck there. It's really weird. It's hard to explain, but for whatever reason, just the PS3 isn't up to par with the other consoles. And I've said this on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you'll know this now, that when next gen rolls around for F1 2015, the PlayStation guys, you guys are going to have a massive step up in what you've been experiencing in the past with the F1 games. I think PS4 is just going to offer you guys something completely different to what you've ever experienced before with F1 games. So you guys should probably look forward to that. But either way, I've been talking so much this race already. It's only lap 4. We caught up to the back of Kimi Räikkönen, and I haven't used too much of my fuel yet. No, I'm not. I'm plus 2 laps of fuel in the green, so I can afford to use that sometime during this race. When are we actually scheduled to stop? Lap 6, so two laps away. I'm not too sure if we have the undercut lap or the overcut lap. I guess we'll find out soon. But I'll save rich revs for when I have a bit of clear air. I may even stay out an extra lap depending on when the AI stop. Because I feel like I do have pace. I'm just holding back a little bit now. And also the way that I'm conducting this video, live comm, you know, not all of your energy is focused on driving. So there's obviously a little bit of pace that goes out the window when I make these kind of videos, as we get caught up on another auto spin curve there. Bit tricky. But yeah, that's sort of been the reason why I don't do live comms for career mode, because this year, just the way the AI are, they're a lot faster. I'm pretty much on the edge every lap just to try and keep the AI behind me or try and maintain whatever lead I have. Career mode has been really fun this year. It just feels like I'm really evenly matched with the front runners on the grid. Even in qualifying, I've been struggling sometimes. You saw in Spain, I didn't make it to Q3, and it was a fairly decent lap. Other places like China put in like really good laps. I only managed, what, 8th place or something. Bahrain, similar story. I qualified 4th on a pretty much perfect lap. Still couldn't out-qualify my teammate. So it just shows the AI are very, in their own weird way, they're very quick this year, and I like it, but in the rain, it's a whole different story. We just don't have the traction to match it with those guys. Maybe pad users could offer up a fight, but wheel users, not a chance. So definitely some things that need to be patched for this game, but we'll see how that all goes at the moment. It looks like Kimi is really starting to lose some pace now. We're all over him now. I think he might be losing some of his rear tyres. So we'll put it up into fast. I think we'll try and pass him coming into turn 1. He might go defensive. It's something I've noticed that the AI do. They often move to the inside. There he goes. And then he'll probably brake early. We'll get the position anyway. And up into P9. So we're getting called into the pits at the end of this lap. No one has stopped yet. So we are getting the undercut lap. So that's not too bad. I'll come in at the end of this lap. And then when I put on the new tyres, that's when I'll push. Hopefully some of these cars directly in front of me stay out for the next lap, and then I can have some clean air. We'll wait and see. Tyre wear is fairly manageable on Singapore this year. For whatever reason, these super soft tyres have always felt like the better tyre out of the two compounds. And I could probably take these super softs longer, but for the sake of gaining track position, I'm going to come in and put in some beastly laps, hopefully. So if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure you leave a like. If you have any questions for me, leave it in the comment section below. I'll try and answer as many as I can. I've been fairly slack in the comments section lately, so I apologise for that, but for this one, I'll try and answer as many as I can. I won't be doing a Q&A for 50k. I think since I already did one for 40k, that was literally only a few weeks ago. So I may as well do something a little bit different that you guys will enjoy a little bit better. And I'll save a Q&A for maybe later. Maybe in a month's time or something. It doesn't even have to be for a subscriber landmark. I could just do it anyway for the heck of it for you guys. But now comes the end of lap 6. We'll see if some of the AI cars are coming in. No, they don't. So this is going to help us out fairly well. Coming into the pits, this is always a tricky spot. Sometimes if you take it too hot, you could either miss the pit lane or just completely go into that pit wall. But looks like we got, is that Hamilton making his stop? So he might emerge in the lead after Rosberg makes his stop. The pit stop is 4.8 seconds as we got held there for Felipe Massa. So not good stuff there. But rejoining on the track, we can see some cars coming down the track now. And we're going to lose out. Yeah, we're going to rejoin behind the back markers. That's going to be costly. Chilton was going really slowly through turn 1 there. He was side by side with the Caterham. And he lost about 3 seconds there. That's also something that needs to be worked on for next gen. The AI passing up the inside into some corners. It's... Oi! Chilton getting a bit aggressive there, squeezing the out up against the wall. I see what you're doing there. And look at that, he's going so slow. I don't even know why he fought there. Had new tyres. Much faster car. I don't know what he was thinking. Look at him going really slowly now. This is painful. I think we're going to get jumped by Perez and the other cars that were around us who are stopping on this lap. We'll see as Marcus pulls into the pits now. I'm hoping that we made up enough time prior to that, but I'm not too sure. Overshot the corner. And we've rejoined behind our teammate. That's a bit frustrating. I'm not too sure where Magnussen was in the context of the grid before we stopped. He might have actually been in front of us as he broke early there. Around the outside on warmer tyres, we've got around our teammate there. That was absolutely fantastic. I wasn't even meaning for that to happen. I sort of outbraked myself, tried to avoid to the outside, and then it turned into an overtaking opportunity. I'll take that. As we move up into P8 now, we got Pastor Maldonado in front of us. Has he stopped though? I think he might have stopped. So we have Pastor Maldonado effectively in 7th place in the points, and he has not crashed yet. This is unbelievable scenes here in Singapore. Lovely stuff. Unless he started on primes. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh yeah, I just realised. I was supposed to be doing this racing cockpit cam. That is a massive fail. Alright, we'll switch to cockpit cam now. And now we can put on the helmet cam effect as well. I completely forgot about that. That was such a massive fail on my part. I might have to do another video with this at another track later on. As we go up the inside of Maldonado, I think we've overshot the corner there. We'll let him go back on through, as that was technically an illegal overtake. And we'll try and get that move done once again. Maldonado getting a really bad exit there. I think he might be on old tyres. He just doesn't look like he has the traction at the moment to stay with us. And look at that, Magnussen is now passing him up the inside. I wonder if he's going to squeeze out. Yeah, he did. It might be a trait of the AI there to sort of move over and squeeze anyone on the outside there, like Chilton did to us a few laps ago. So as we come to the end of lap 12 now, we can see we're still in 7th place. I think the tyre wear is now starting to kick in ever so slightly. We can see Raikkonen is now in 8th place because I think Maldonado has now stopped. Turns out he probably wasn't effectively in the points legitly because he hasn't made his stop yet. But so far I think we've just been maintaining the gap to the cars in front. Ricciardo, the gap is sort of maintained around that 5-second mark, and we've also been pulling away from the group behind me. So this race is sort of becoming a little bit stale, I guess you'd say, but you know, so far, starting from the back with the default setup, I think we're doing fairly well. And also, I'm not racing to my full potential, let's say. So if we probably qualified, I think we would have been in the mix and maybe a podium in this race, just like we were, or like we are with the Ferrari. So I think Mclaren is a fairly decent car. It probably lacks a little bit of downforce and maybe traction. Sort of feels similar to the Ferrari in that way. I think the Ferrari might just have that little bit more rear traction, but other than that, the two cars are actually fairly similar, I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, just let me know what you got, how you guys are doing with your career mode and how your car feels, because the general consensus that I get is a lot of cars don't have that rear traction. The Williams in particular seems to be very hard on its tyres for whatever reason. So that car can be a bit of a nightmare. It's also not very consistent, I hear. Like the Williams can be on the pace at some tracks, and then others you might be struggling even to score points. So very weird how that's turned out for some of those guys in the Williams cars. Anyone driving in a Mercedes for career mode, let me know. How's that going for you, just battling Rosberg every single race, or battling Hamilton? That'd be good to know how you guys are doing with that. Also, if anyone's driving in a Red Bull, I'd be eager to know how that car feels in career mode. Does that car have decent straight line speed? Because it looks like it does. It doesn't look like, you know, it's a whole tier down from Mercedes in terms of straight line speed. The Ferrari, it seems, has a lot of straight line speed as well. That's probably how I was able to win that race in Spain, because even with high downforce, the good performance of my engine actually kept me in the game somewhat, which I thought was fairly surprising. Alright, so Nico Rosberg has won this race, I'm assuming from Lewis Hamilton in second to round out a Mercedes 1-2. We're going to finish in 7th though. The tyre wear looks to be alright, not too bad, but not too good either. I haven't exactly lost much time to the cars behind me. Also, I've sort of maintained that 5-second lead to Ricciardo in front, so it's been a fairly average race from the start. It started off fairly exciting. We battled with the likes of Maldonado and survived. We got squeezed out by Max Chilton on the long straight at the start of the first sector. But yeah, apart from that, fairly average race there. We finished in 7th. Our teammate Kevin Magnussen drops down to 10th. It was something like 8th or 9th at one stage, so interesting to see how some cars, even in these shorter races, just vary in their pace from start to finish. Some cars just start off really well, and others just seem to drop off at the end of the race. So Fernando Alonso actually finishing in 2nd, Lewis Hamilton in 4th. I wonder what happened to Lewis there, maybe getting caught up, because he did do the undercut strategy. Maybe he got caught up in traffic or something like that. But that's been this video for today. If you liked it, make sure you leave a like. If you want to see more of these live com style videos in the future, then let me know. I may do 1 or 2 for career mode this season. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But my next video should be the 100% race in Monaco, due to come out sometime during the course of the weekend. So stay tuned for that. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to see more F1 2014 videos in the future. But until my next video, guys, I'll see you next time.
Pull my heart out of my chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink your teeth into my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart.